Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of another important astrological event that is going to happen the 11th of June 2025 and is so called full moon in Sagittarius. In today's episode, we will go through the main energetics in order to help you and guide you in your day-to-day life and also in your business. As I always say, this kind of astrological and energy update are valid for all the 12 sign because as I stated already in previous video, the moon in the mundane astrology represent the so-called anima mundi, so represent the collective energy. So all the themes that I will go through will influence our day-to-day life and our business, and of course the main goal then will be to check in your particular birth chart in which house the specific transit is falling, so that you can understand better in which area of your life these kind of themes will be will be highlighted. Okay, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up, and please do share some comment, so for me to create more and more video and help you understand better astrology from an energetical point of view, even if you don't want to get into so many complication and technical astrological stuff. So let's go straight to the point. The 11th of June 2025, we have the so-called full moon in Sagittarius. All the time that we have full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposition. So we have the sun in Gemini at 20 degrees and the full moon in Sagittarius at 20 degrees. So you need to check exactly where the 20 degrees is falling in your birth chart, in which house, so that you will be able to understand in which area of your life mainly will be impacted. But saying that, what does it mean full moon to have the full moon in Sagittarius? Let's go first to understand the archetype and the energetics. So Sagittarius, it's all about it's the archetype that is connected to the philosophy. It's an archetype that is connected to a lot of optimism, to a lot of expansion energy. People with a lot of placement in Sagittarius in their chart, they are really outgoing, they are always jumping, smiling, and they are really outgoing. They are like the mentors, they are the philosopher, they are the optimistic. They are always ready to explore life and have new experiences. And let's say that they have a growth mindset, and they like to travel a lot. And during this energy mainly, it's really important to broaden our mind, to broaden our horizon. And for example, because we are still, the sun is in Gemini, so it's really wonderful energies to expand our social circle of friends, of acquaintances, and really learn new perspectives, so that you can expand what you are doing in the day-to-day life. I give you an example. Let's say that during a specific event, networking event, meeting, social event, you meet a person that is completely different from you, and is or she's living a completely lifestyle different from you. And you might learn, for example, that the life of a pilot, of a belly dancer, is completely different from you, but they can give you an inspiration to add specific routines, specific things that they do in the day-to-day life that you can add in your day-to-day life too. So it's really an energy that is inviting you to expand your mind and integrate something new that you are usually not doing. All the time that we have the full moon also, it's an energy that something is coming to completion, and something is coming to an end, or in a positive sense something is coming to completion, so that you need to celebrate something. For example, you are completing a specific project, and so finally, or a specific milestone in your business, it's time to celebrate with a travel, for example. With full moon, it's at 20 degrees. So we check the Sabian degree for 21. And here there is again an echo, because the meaning is a child and a dog with a borrow eyeglasses. The key word is exploration, and meaning that you need to borrow perspectives and attempts to see things more clearly, and experience the world through the eyes of another person. The symbol is curiosity, is role play, and the desire for personal growth. And on the other hand, it's really important to understand that a biased perspective lead to see only to what you want to see. And the goal for this full moon is really to decide to live more boldly, and to really see the world through a new perspective, like a child that is innocent, or like a dog that is loyal. So the meaning is really to approach life with humor while chasing big dreams, with philosophical conversation, and also maybe the urge to book a flight and travel and expand your mind. This full moon, it's really important because let's say that we have an echo with what with the new moon in Sagittarius that we had the 1st December 2024. We have similar, let's say, energies that I will tell you in a while. So what happened the 1st December 2024? And the new moon in Sagittarius, we wanted to move forward with some project, but we receive a pushback, a pullback, sorry. We receive a pullback because we had the square Saturn in Pisces. So it's like we had in the last 6 months to get clear with our goals, to overcome the really restriction and limitation coming from Saturn. And so it was a lot of energy in the last months, of a lot of negotiation, a lot of clarification on what really we want to achieve in our lives, so that finally, let's say, just after this full moon, we still have some tension coming from Saturn and Neptune, and as I stated in previous video. But let's say after mid June, the energy finally is going to release it, and we are moving. We are continuing to move forward. It's always will kind of be always push back, pull and push back during all the summer. But in September, as I already stated in the previous video, we have a wonderful trine with Saturn, and so all our effort from the summer will get finally recognition. Okay. So what we have basically we have first of all this full moon is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter just moving to Cancer. Actually, will be moving into Cancer because I'm recording the video the 3rd of June. And the Cancer is, as I stated, is supporting and help you to grow and evolve. So we find meaning and purpose. But we have, let's say, three main themes that we need to be aware. The first theme is that we have a grand crossfire of mutable sign, that it's really important because we still feel under pressure, but thanks to this mutable sign, we can better manage this pressure. These mutable sign are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So we have the North Node in Pisces, that is connected down with compassion, spirituality, and surrender. We have the South Node in Virgo, that is still being super critical, and we need to make sure that we are not stuck in analysis paralysis, and we are really ready to trust what is unfolding in our life. And then we have the moon that is in Sagittarius, and the sun that is the moon is Sagittarius, and the sun that is in Gemini. So this energy is really helping us. This fire is helping us to, let's say, better manage better the situation under pressure that we are in, the intensity of the period. Then the second point is that we have another with another fire we have another fire energy, because we have the grand fire trine. So we these in technical terms represent that the moon is trining Mars in Leo at 26 degrees, and we have also Chiron in Aries. So we have like a big fire trine that represent a lot of action ideas for the future. It's something that is being full of inspiration. It's like Chiron is inviting us to healing, and be aware what we are not yet aware. Be aware of our fears in order to go beyond our fears. And while we are healing, we are putting action into action, and we are moving forward. So this is a good energy really to push forward to what we need to do, despite the final challenge that is already stated between Saturn and Jupiter, and in the mid in the 15th of July, the 15th of June. The third theme is Mars squaring Uranus. And this again, it's a lot of tension because we want to break free with the energy of Uranus. Uranus represent the rebel energy, represent the awakening, represent the freedom. And so with Mars is like Mars is not able, Mars representing the action is not able to break free. So this is representing it with a lot of tension because we want to break free. I give you an example. For example, you might prepare yourself to exit a relationship, to exit a marriage since many months, since many years, and you're looking forward to break free, but there are still some tensions, still some things that you need to take care. So it's a restless energy. It's a lot of. It's also Uranus representing the archetype of flight. So there might be a lot of chaos around travel in mid-June. So it's tough, but after this tension, we are going to be rewarded by that. And it's a very courageous energy. The downside is because we have Uranus, is that we are acting like a rebel or like a teenager mentality, for example. Last but not least, we have Jupiter that is at 0 degree. There is no aspect with Jupiter, and this Jupiter might represent might represent for some of you relocation. Also, Mercury and Jupiter are in conjunction, so it's really good for having wonderful intuition. It's really good to prepare and check any kind of contract. It's really good energy to receiving good news, and it's also giving us the opportunity to create change despite all the tension that Saturn is still bringing. Okay, so it's an energy that is really moving forward, and it can get us a lot of intuition, but all these changes might happen just after this full moon, starting from, let's say, after 18th of June. So keep in mind in your calendar. I trust this information was useful. Thank you for the attention, and if you find this audio interesting, don't forget to subscribe and share a comment of how you're feeling, because I'm always getting interesting of how the feeling, how the energy from above in the sky have been perceived by people below, let's say. Okay, thank you for the attention and see you to the next episode. Ciao ciao.